we got Mr. Joe's 2014 Ford Edge back here today. We're going to do a couple more little things on this for him to get it just right. So, in the videos today, we are going to remove the front bumper because he's got this trim piece on his grill that wants to pop off in the car wash, and you can see it's got a bunch of broken tabs on it. So we're going to pull this front bumper off, and then we'll look at it on a bench, and we'll show you how to fix that. And we also need to look at the washer fluid reservoir, which leaked. I don't know if the reservoir is cracked or if a hose has come loose or has disintegrated over time or what, but we will get in there with this bumper off and be able to get a nice good look at it and figure out what's going on there. First things first, we're gonna get this hood open and then we will start pulling this bumper. All right, when it comes to bumper removal, there's a certain order of events I like to do if I'm doing it by myself, and that is get both corners free, so the passenger and the driver's side. Then I'll go underneath and I'll get the fasteners removed on the bottom to make sure the bottom is free. Then I end with the top, so whenever I take these top fasteners off, we can take the whole assembly off in one shebang. So we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna start over here on this passenger corner. So first things first, on these edges, you gotta come in here and pull this wheel liner back. We got 1, 2, 3 5.5 millimeter bolts. So we'll take these out right here, and that should expose a screw right here in the corner of the bumper. All right, and you will see here when you pull this wheel liner back, there should be a screw right here.
6.5 hours later.
I got one more little tidbit I need to add in here, and that is, I'm an idiot. So this upper screw is the wheel liner screw. It wasn't missing any screws. It just passes through the wheel liner. Once you have that screw out, you're going to grab right here with your hand and just pull it straight out, just like that. You're gonna do the same thing on the driver's side. Just like that. Now we're gonna get on the ground and look underneath this thing and see what we have as far as fasteners on the bottom side. Okay, looks like Mr. Joe may have hit something in the road right here, so we'll work on getting this pushed up for him whenever we put it back together. But it looks like you have a series of 5.5 millimeters holding this lower valance on. They run all the way down the front side here, so we'll get those off, and then this will be free, and this puppy will be ready to pull forward. All right, so I actually missed 2 screws whenever I was filming this part that we're going into now. So I'm adding this in, and you will definitely see where I run into that problem here later in the video. But all right, so whenever you're doing these lower screws down yonder, I missed this one 5.5 millimeter screw here. So this one here holds the wheel liner like underneath part to the front bumper. So we're gonna take that one out real quick. There's also a push pin down on the lower side that has to come out as well. And then our bumper will be free. All right, and now we have the bottom free and both corners. We are on the home stretch. So we're gonna come up here to the top now. We got 4 push pins that need to come out. These push pins are the style I least like. They have little Phillips screws in them. There we go. All right. Once you get under it, you can normally just pop them right up just like that. So you don't even have to screw them out. But all right, I'm gonna get the other 3 out real quick, and then we'll be down to the 2 final 10 millimeters. We're ready to pull this thing back. All right, here we go. All 4 push pins are out. So we are down to these 2 10 millimeters. We got one right here, one right here. Once those are out, this whole bumper should be free and ready to come forward. It does kind of click into the headlight here, so that's free. Just make sure that's free, and it's free over on the driver's side. There we go. Everything seems free, and don't forget you're gonna have fog lights. So doing this on my own, I'll put the camera off behind me over here, and hopefully I can get a good view of how I'm gonna do this. But basically I'll pull it back, and then I'll set it down on my feet to make sure I don't scratch the bumper up or do anything. Then we'll unplug the fog lights, and then it is ready to go over onto the stand. Okay, that's the 2 10 mils. So now we're gonna grab the front, we're gonna work it backwards. And then eventually we're gonna get the weight of all of it. You might have to reach over, do a little bit of work yourself. Okay, this one, fog light plugs are a little tight. Oh, I missed a screw. Uh-oh. All right, so we've hit that point from earlier in the video where I added in 2 extra screws that I didn't notice. Yeah. So I went ahead and swapped this grill out. I wasn't going to show any of this on camera, but then I figured, hey, maybe somebody's going to run into this problem. They've never done this before. So whenever you go to release them, you just put it upside down like this. You have a bunch of little plastic tabs. You just use a little flathead and push it, and just basically push it on the tab and then push down a little bit and get them all going. And then eventually you can just pop the whole thing out. It all just basically snaps together and unsnaps. So you just got to make sure you get all your tabs released whenever you're taking it out, and when you're putting it in, you're going to like put your hand underneath the bottom side and push down with your other hand and just get them all to click back into place and make sure every tab is clicked. But I'm ready to put this puppy back home. All right, here we are. I'm rehanging this bumper now, and I was just going to show you this one last little thing, and then from that point you can just button it up just like we took it apart. But whenever you put it back on, I gently set it back on, and I just finger put in these two 10 mils to make sure that it doesn't fall off the front side. But whenever you go to put these corners back on, what you're going to do is you're going to grab it here with one hand, and you're going to pull it and kind of stretch it, make sure it engages in the headlight bracket, and then pull it and push it as you put it in, just like that. And that's how you get it to like stretch and lay into the bracket that it has right there. Now we'll put our screws in this side, and then we'll button up the wheel liner, button up the bottom side, and then button up the top side, and we're good to go. So if this video helps you out, hit that thumbs up button and subscribe if you want to see some more.